Hello again! Zephyr here, and this is going to be not spoiler free. There will be heavy spoilers here. So I'm going to be showing off my progression within this game, Hades 2. It's in early access. Thoroughly enjoying it. Doesn't mean I don't have my own opinions on some things, though. So, you play as Melinoë. You're in this camp of night, hidden away, and we got, what is her name? Dora here, little ghost. Can't talk to her. And eventually you unlock the scroll of list of effects that you kind of have in the first game. I have recently beat, and big spoilers here, Kronos, who is the first major boss. He is in the fourth world. On the downward trek. There are two paths in this game compared to the first game. So I got 1,000 bones for that, which was pretty cool. A lot of progression there. But yeah, you just get a little bit of different things for the different things here. Like the first game. You have the cauldron, which I can't activate at the moment because they're reciting something at it. The cauldron gives you some meta progression, accessing better healing fountains. The fountains in this game are weaker by a lot. If I recall, they're only like 20 or 30% of your health. And I have an incantation that actually allows me to unlock the gate to the upper world, but I haven't gotten the resources for it quite yet. You have the trader from the first game who slowly trades you more and more stuff. So Ashes is your primary meta progression, unlocking tarot cards and such. Psyche, it increases your capacity to equip those cards. And then Fate Fabric is used for all sorts of stuff, but you generally, I think, only need about 12 or 13 probably at the moment. Once you kind of hit something around there, you're probably pretty set, like for the rest of the game. And then Moondust is unlocked later on. You get Moondust and are able to, you need an incantation to do it, but once you have the incantation, you get 3 Moondust for free. And then from that point on, you can upgrade your tarot cards, similar to upgrades in the mirror in the first game. Then Nightmares are used to upgrade your equipment somehow, although I seem to not be able to do that quite yet, even though I have acquired 1 Nightmare. You can buy this, it's not here because I've already bought it, but you can buy Nectar on this page, probably some other stuff later on. And then you can sell excess, I don't know, farming seed type stuff here for bones. You can also later fish and then trade those in for bones as well. And since bones are kind of your catch-all, I want to trade in resource, it's really not used for much other than trading in. So just to put that in perspective. Now, I do think a lot of these ratios are pretty bad. 1 ash for 15 bones feels trashy, but it is what it is. Even if it was just like 2 ashes, it might be, well, it would be twice as good. But if it was like, I don't know, 5 ashes for 50, something like that, it feels really bad at 15. Maybe even just toss it down to 12 or 10. But ashes are really important early game because you're using it to unlock your tarot cards. And there's a lot of tarot cards, and they cost somewhere between like 15 and later like 25 and 35, a lot of 30s and 35s. But once you unlock them, I don't know what the purpose of ash is after that quite yet. Probably used for some of the upgrades, but yeah, so there's that. Then you have this. I can't open it apparently. Once you get to a certain point with Charon, the shopkeeper, every 1,000 gold that you spend at him, he gives you a discount card. You then use those discount cards here, and you can trade it for, yet again, Ash, Psyche, and whatnot here. I think it's just Faded Fabric again. And then, depending on what you're buying, there's a longer duration as well as more cards required. So, if I go in here, you can see I have a lot of these. So, like frequent flyer miles, basically, but for Charon's shop. There's my nectar. You can also get Witch's Delight, which is an incantation. Eventually, you can get familiars. I have trained the toad so far. You have 1 billion seeds, and this is going to be one of my complaints. I said this in another video about, what was the game called? Sworn, which is a Hades 1 style clone. It's a bit too much like Hades 1, but it's Hades 1 with 4-player co-op, so if that's your thing, that's your thing, and you can go enjoy that when it actually releases. But both games seem to have this thing where we just need to have 1 billion resources for 1 billion different reasons. Most of these are found in the world. A lot of them are just simply used for some different incantations, and once you've hit your maximum need for those incantations, you're probably not going to use them again. So I've got 15 Molly, and that's all I got, or Moly or whatever. And Nightshade, probably use some more Nightshade. These seeds, you can grow different things from the seeds. So I don't know if that grows into that, probably. And then these are random, and then cattails grow from a certain seed, that seed. And then myrtle is something picked, and then wheat seeds grow into wheat, and then that's found in, I think, the last area or so. So there's 4 plants primarily that you're going to find in the world, maybe 5. The first area, I think, has 2. And then, like, each world that you go down into, or act, as I call them sometimes, each act has 1 or 2 more plants that you can harvest. You can also harvest silver in the first world, and then limestone in the second world. You can plant your seeds over here, by the way. And there's 2 incantations so far. One gives you the first 2 down here, and then the next one gives you the next 2 here. I don't know if they're going to continue this on and give us like 2 more over here or something, but I wouldn't be surprised. And that's just a way to get probably a lot more bones. This is your tarot cards. I have all but the last one shown. So we've got 10% chance to be improved epic, 30% chance to be rare, 6% chance to be duo. So you see that I'm out of ash. I need quite a bit of ash here, but once I get all that ash, I am probably going to not need it anymore. So that is an issue I have with a lot of games with resources. When you have a ton of different resources, looking at you, Warframe, eventually you hit a certain point where you basically never need them again. You never have to farm them. You never have to pay attention to them. They're effectively useless. And so the game itself either has to create giant sinks where you have an unlock that costs, say, 50,000 something to unlock it, or it has to, like Warframe tends to do, as it's more of an evergreen game constantly updating, it will just make new things entirely for new zones. So you have new resources and new zones, which allows you to abandon the old resources so that people have to actually experience the new gameplay, which is not a terrible design, but it's the issue of the fact that you already had all these other resources. So, and that's definitely an issue with evergreen games. This is a single player game, very different, but nonetheless will eventually have the same long-term issue that your resources will probably just end up being just sitting there. So if I go to Insight mode with the Moon Dust, you can see that I can upgrade these for a cost of Moon Dust. And I have upgraded some of these, like the Titan. So I have gone from 20 health and 20 magic to 30 health and magic because it's level 2. And there's 3 levels to each card, it seems. So here's level 3 of this card, the Huntress. I do hope they put actual art on these cards. That'd be really nice. Right now they're just numbers, not super crazy interesting there. But yeah. The Huntress is a surprisingly powerful card. Again, spoilers all over this video, so if you start in the middle or something, this is probably one of the best cards that you can get early on. If you get the upgrade system unlocked early on, I would say upgrade this card, because as long as you have even 1 magic spent, you now have 50% damage on both your attack and your special. Another card that's extremely powerful, of course, is the Unseen, getting some magic resist, or magic regeneration every second, or the Death Defiance if you need that. You can also equip the Skelly Charm the Lucky Tooth for another Death Defiance. So this is actually pretty good. The Swift Runner is sometimes necessary to avoid certain attacks in boss fights or otherwise. And if you can get down to the Boatman, it's really expensive because it's a, what is it? It's a 5 cost to equip. You can see that how much that takes me. I only have 23. It costs about 25 more Psyche per level. Looks like it went up to 230 this time. So at first, this increases by 2 Psyche per level, or 2 Grasp per level, and then eventually it tapers off into 1 per level and becomes completely more expensive. So there's the cards. This one's also pretty good, 10% dodge chance. It starts at 6%, goes to 6, 8, 10. And you just have to have certain cards active to trigger it. That's the Awakening system. I want to talk about that real quick. Activate at least 3 cards that use the same amount of Grasp. That means literally anything. So like 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s, whatever. And then this card will be active for free. But it does mean that you have to kind of make some choices in your unlocks to be able to unlock this early on. So what do I have right now? I have 3 1s. So that's probably the cheapest and easiest way to do that. I don't really care about Hex. This one's really good. I don't have it accessed yet, but the Omega Cast does, I think it's like 160 or 180. It's somewhere in that range when it explodes, when it detonates. And so having this upgraded, you'll get 50 power from the first level, probably 25 power for each level after that. So it'll probably do plus 100 at max rank. So going from 180 to 280, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it is, it's 3 Grasp. You do have to have the ashes for it. You have to get to it. These cards unlock based on your distance to them. So by unlocking this card, Excellence, I unlocked the 2 side cards next to it. By unlocking this card, I unlocked like these 2 side cards, or this card and this card kind of thing. Obviously, these cards would unlock the cards to the right. So you start with just a grid of 3x3, and then it expands to 5x5, and that's it. It just goes to 5x5. But then you can do the whole dust thing where you upgrade it. So there's 6 Molly to upgrade the Sorceress, and that's already been upgraded once, so allows you to kind of slow down time when you're channeling any of your 3 Omega moves. This is a good one. I don't have it equipped, but it is a good one if you are up in things' faces, that 25% and later 30% damage increase if you're standing in your cast. I guess the foes have to be in your cast. Is pretty powerful, especially if you have a charge cast and then you follow that up with fighting them in the cast. So you'll do 75, 80 damage, 80% damage, something like that. A lot of the boons do not just give raw damage like the first game. I don't know what's going on here. Oh. A lot of the boons don't give just raw damage this time around. You got Skelly over here. So you're going to get more status effects or proc-based effects like Scorch or Blitz. Scorch being fire and Blitz being lightning. And so those effects are not giving you a percentage bonus to your attack damage. They're giving you a raw value of damage. So Blitz might do 120 damage after you've dealt 120 damage. So the harder you hit, the faster you're going to trigger it. Similarly, Scorch deals something like 20 or 25 per hit. You can kind of stack that with some different effects, like your cast doesn't actually consume the cast equipment slot. So you can stack it like fire and ice together. So it just does this. It's not the Omega cast. It doesn't cost any magic. So this is the Omega cast. It explodes. Well, it's supposed to explode. There you go. So it does 150 damage. So yeah, if you get the upgrade, it will do 200 damage and then eventually probably 250 at max rank. So that's pretty strong. It's pretty big. What is that? A 30%, 33% bonus. You have your different equipment. You've got your shovel, which digs seeds out of the ground. You have your tablet, which I already have equipped, which allows you to talk to souls in the world. This gives you Psyche to upgrade your grasp. your card capacity, and you got the pick to harvest metals or stones like limestone or marble or bronze or whatnot. And each world has its own resource to use the pickaxe on or the shovel on. So there's different seeds, there's different materials to harvest there. And then the deeper you go, the more psyche you can get from playing Dance Dance Revolution with your arms, with the ghosts. Now, I want to talk about this little frog thing here. Can I tell him to stay? Okay. It looks like there's probably going to be 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5 or so, 4 or 5 so. What's the right word? Well, this could be just pets. It's probably just these two on the corner, actually, at the moment. So there's a frog. I'm going to repeat, spoilers. There's a frog, Krenos, and then there's a cat. I have not unlocked the cat yet. But the frog gives you this bonus, 10 max health. It gives you 1 use of the Tablet of Peace, allows you to capture 1 ghost. So if you go real deep, you probably want to use it on the last ghost that you find. Typically, the last room or two will have like a super one for like 50 or 40 or 50, you know, something like that. Psyche. I've been kind of just carrying it anyway, the Tablet of Peace, the soul tablet thing. It also gives a chance to absorb range shots. So, for example, Hecate's Hex shot, he can eat that. He will just kind of walk into it and swallow it. He can eat roots on the ground from some of the like weird enemies that spawn roots towards you. Excuse me. I have beaten Kronos. Yes, Kronos is the 4th boss, which unlocks this. This is like the same effect from the first game. It's a little bit, I don't know, it seems a little bit harder or crazier. So enemies do, you know, tons more damage. It looks like most of these either have 1 rank or they'll have 3 ranks. So nullify the benefit of all your Arcana, all your tarot cards.
Can't vow any harder.
2 of your unpicked blessings will never appear again. That seems really harsh. One of these is the first boon in each region becomes a red onion. Gives you 1 healing. Of course, there's one up here.
That fear may spread.
No healing. So, you know, you lose a boon and you get no healing. So these are pretty crazy powerful. I don't remember how strong they were in the first game. I am not somebody that enjoys playing on very high heat. So I am not like a speedrunner or a challenge runner in that sense. I'm just not that good. I'll just very bluntly, I'm just not that good. It's not enjoyable to me at those levels. So I'm probably going to be doing stuff like this, where, you know, gold is a little more useless, or you know, that might be interesting to try out a speed run just for the sake of trying it. Bonus damage the first time you're struck, so don't get struck. You know, something like that. Enemies are faster, enemies have a shield, enemies have more damage, enemies have more health, all those things. So I'm probably going to relegate to that. Now, it works the same as the previous one, however, it also doesn't. If we go over here, and I'm going to equip the daggers here, you'll see that only the first boss lights up. You're getting, they call it Fear or Nightmare. You're only going to get it for that boss that is highlighted. So it's kind of random. It's kind of different. Looks like you might be limited on how many you can get, a maximum of 30 or something of the nightmares. So it's a little bit less of the Titan's blood, probably, where you're no longer just hunting Titan's blood. But it also means that you're not just increasing your rewards overall. You're not getting extra diamonds. You're not getting extra Titan's blood. You're not getting extra whatever. You're specifically hunting these testaments, these fear or nightmare tokens. So for the sake of brevity, I know I am not brief. Every boon also has a element to it. This is revealed probably about the 5th or 6th run in. So a boon might have earth or fire, and those might be related to, say, like you might get a fire or an air from Hestia. You might get an earth or a water from Poseidon, that kind of stuff. And so I'm not showing it here, but you can see that there's these little icons at the top of the left side here. So earth, water, air, fire, and magic, or night, or something like that. You can then get infusions. Each god seems to have one. So one of them that I found was Aphrodite has an air infusion, where if you have at least 3 air boons, air-related elemental boons, it can be any boon that just has that symbol on it. And then the infusion gives 15% dodge chance. So I had that in my last run. I had 36% dodge. One from Hermes, one from the infusion, and then 6% from the tarot cards at the time. So I have not used this weapon in an actual run yet. It's extremely weird. I'm not sure if I like it. It's just strange. So I can't go up yet. You need to go up to get bronze. Again, spoilers, you will fight Eris up here. And she will have the adamant rail from the first game.
Headmistress, guide me.
What am I looking for? I can't. There we go. Silken Sash. This you get from Arachne. Very powerful. Gives you armor. As long as you... so it's rank 2 at rank 4. Or rank 3, it'll give 4. As long as you have armor, you gain armor each location. So really handy for building up a ridiculously large pool of potential health. But it can't heal, and it can't give you any other health bonuses, you know, anything that's related to health. I'm going to gift this person.
I know.
Selene got us the moon.
For this to me, the connection that we share.
You honor me, sister. I draw you down.
She gives you your hex. So this is like your call in the first game. And then each one has different kind of moon values on the right side here. So Crescent Moonglow has no special bonuses. This has +1 upgrade from your next Path of Stars. This has +2 upgrade from your next Path of Stars. I don't know what Path of Stars is. I don't think I've seen that literally anywhere outside of this menu, so I'm not really sure what that does. So your Hex blasts the area for 1,000 damage after 4 seconds. Your Hex turns you impervious for 5 seconds. Your Hex launches a Seeking Missile that causes everything to morph. You do have to use that much magic in a room to trigger it. I'm not a big fan of the Hex, so I primarily take the healing right now. If I see the healing one, it gives you 3 bursts of heal. But this one seems pretty good. I will take that one.
Together we shine.
Together we shine.
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
You fought beautifully.
This weapon's a little weird. You have to charge it up to charge it up. You just hold the button. And it eventually attacks. Bigger. I'm taking a lot of hits I really shouldn't. Trying to figure out how to aim this thing. So my first thoughts with this would be aimed like Blessed Hammers from Diablo 2. But it does seem to spawn based on how you're facing. So this spawns the bottom side. This kind of spawns more inside of you on the top side. And they are wide enough that you generally will not miss in melee range. There is an enemy that also attacks this way. It's really annoying because there's a lot of them. Some fun boons and enemies that I want to talk about. There's an enemy in the final area called the Coin Purse or the Coin Wraith. And it literally shows a laser guide and spits coins at you. And it's hilarious. Let's do this.
A wave of power.
There is chaos. Let's go chaos.
Me then.
Chaos does require health. It does not deal damage to your armor.
Almighty chaos, with your experiments of what?
It's pretty rigid for a god of or titan of chaos there. Lots of rules. Let's see here. Whenever you use it, prime it. So prime is a reserved mechanic. Whenever it says prime it, there are certain circumstances where it will say certain things, but generally prime just means reserve your magic. So you're capping it off. And this does not count as using it. It does count as simply not being able to use it. So if you have 80 magic and 20 magic is primed, you're still at 100% magic. Restore 10 health every location. 10 magic every second sounds actually pretty good. 59 magic max is pretty good. I'd go for this one. Oh, I missed some gold back there. So Artemis is in the room.
No, you don't.
Please stop hitting me. I'm not a big fan of these screaming ghosts. They're really obnoxious. Why, hello.
Sister Artemis. Salutations.
Hey, you found Kronos. Sank your fangs into his throat. Sister Hecate gave me the...
Mostly I just kept evading a lot. He's very powerful, but
He won't always underestimate you, though. Must have his vulnerabilities. The old are self...
I wish I could at least read it a little bit better. That would be nice. It's dimmer, it's crossed out, it's covered up. Maybe a little different UI would be nice there. Enemies with 80% armor or 80% health will have a chance to take critical damage. Or any foe damaged by your cast.
Then it's yours. All right, I'm off.
farewell.
It's different. So you can charge this up and have them orbit you,
Now for the last one.
which is kind of neat.
Look at what I found.
Let me help you.
This goes faster the more dots there are.
Good.
Go get Hestia. Mix fire and water.
Even I'll admit the
Switch to a rarer boon.
Interesting. I probably wouldn't have taken it anyway, but
getting warmer.
so this one I have definitely mixed with ice before. It's quite powerful.
Princess. Always used to be
Lord Charon's going to
I think I can do the same if
Let's see here.
I'll take it.
Okay. So she kills everything and then asks you for a trade, and then she steals one of the rooms. I actually haven't tried beating her to the door, but I'm guessing that you probably can. Well, at least this is super spammable.
Rest again for now.
Here's some silver. I can't harvest it because I don't have the tool. See if I can position my frog here. There, he ate one. Depending on how you want to define eat.
There he is.
Your attacks inflicts blitz. After taking 120 damage, afflicted enemy gets struck by lightning. This one I find is really obnoxious, actually. I don't know what you'd actually use Ionic Gain for. Magic Restoration is not very high, and you lose 70% of your magic. Which means anything that you'd normally want to prime is just kind of probably non-primable.
The might of the heavens.
I need ash. Oh, it's got like auto aim on it. That was a bad hit. There's a lot of stuff I'm trying to get going at here. Those within are struck by lightning. I don't know. Seems like I'm not seeing the lightning. Not a huge fan of this, though there's some decent stuff in there sometimes. Just not a fan of the Well of Charon in general.
I did encounter her, my lord, and I think the fate Selene's light is with.
So Zeus or random boon?
Well,
I'm gonna go for Zeus.
Sure enough. I trust that.
no headmistress.
Then you have come to.
Let's dance. There's the lightning strike.
Selene's burning light.
Whoa, I've never seen that before. So things do tend to evolve a little bit. Bosses with some slightly different moves here and there. But that one I have never seen in any of my fights with Hecate before.
Now beware.
Aw, I didn't dodge it.
No, you don't.
You absolutely can dodge that ability.
Luna Ray.
Although I am not succeeding right now. Well, her shield wear out. There it is. That is enough. Okay. So that's Hecate, first boss of the downward path.
Return to shadow now.
Oh, I didn't use my hex.
The pathway's down.
A small discovery.
What's that one do?
I don't have my armor anymore, so I am going to switch. So I typically take Luckier Tooth when I get to the final world, and I have been running some other stuff here. This one's interesting. Silver Wheel is from Hecate herself. Restore up to 1,000 this night after you use any form of energy.
The beam. Be not afraid. See you in the crossroads. Onward.
So I've gotten 60 from that tool so far,
The air's thick.
but I need 230 for the next upgrade. Ooh, hammer. Oops, did not mean to do that. So this does not stagger enemies, it seems. And these water spots do no damage. They do knock you back and stagger you, though. I actually really enjoy... I don't want to call it stagger, but non-damaging effects in video games seem to be shunned a lot of times because maybe it takes away too much control from the player or whatnot, but I find it to be quite enjoyable when it's properly executed. Clean candle. Channel it faster and uses less magic. So it normally does 5 per hit. Now it's 2 per hit. That's actually pretty good. While you channel your attacks, they deal 10% damage and you move faster. Your specials grow in size and deal more damage the longer they are. Yeah, sure. I'm going to go for that.
My silver shines.
These guys explode on death. Do feel like I probably will need some kind of opacity slider on a lot of this stuff, because holy cow, it is hard to see. Struck by lightning or contagiously take 60 damage per second. So Scorch can only burn at 40 damage a second unless you get the overpower explosion thing. So while that's really good, it is also delayed. I'm going to go with the 70 burst. I don't really have a whole lot of money. Okay, that was a room full of armored enemies. I will pass on that. And Hermes is really good, and I want Hermes, so I'm going to take Hermes.
On we go.
Although the Zeus one is more likely to be actually good.
You wretches.
So you can get people to walk into this dot thing. It's really hard to aim this, but I am just kind of running around instead. I don't think I've given Hermes a thing yet.
It's a
Oh, I have. Your Omega cast uses less magic. Your Hex requires less magic before it is ready. You find gold in wall. Okay. Let's do this one. Less magic when ready. So health or Scorch? Go with Scorch. Ow. feel like I'm playing two different games right now. One game is where do I stand, and the other game is how does this aim?
Olympus, I accept this message.
Lose wave flourish. We'll do versus armor. Oh, that has a scroll or event or something here. But I want to see the Path of Stars.
The Path of Stars.
Here we go. So once you have a hex, you can get Path of Stars. I've never seen this because I don't take the hexes. So here we go. Your hex deals damage in a larger area. Your hex has plus 100 damage. Okay. This is different. Little skill tree game going on.
Shine ever brighter.
Well, that was unique. Good job, Supergiant. You made something really unique there. Skill tree in the middle of a run. Go Psyche. If you do not have a area of effect in this room, these kind of rooms with the massive spawning of fishes, make sure to use your cast efficiently to run away. They will die pretty quickly unless they're armored. And I have definitely run into armored superfish. And they're scary.
Let me show you the way.
You can still kill them pretty easily. It's just a little more cautious.
See you in the crossroads.
Thank you, little ghosty. Let's go to the shop.
Olympus, I accept this message.
I like flood control. That's pretty good. Let's go for the boon. Maybe we can get flood control. Nope.
About that for sure. Here for the show.
What a line.
Look at here. Oh, hey girls, guess who? That comes as no.
I find this fight to be challenging at first, and then you just kind of sit on the drummer most of the time anyway. Oh, it's going the other way. My mistake. Okay. You're kind of hiding behind the other... There we go. So, little fun notes about this room. At 50% health, you will get a featured artist, at which point the battle itself will kind of be a little bit Ornstein-ish. Although it's not controlled by who you kill first by any means. But as you knock these guys out, these gals out, you will, the music will change. Also this. There are multiple situations where you have to hug or run from enemies. Aw, life gating is lame. Take away the life gate on that last move. That's just stupid. No, I understand why it's there. I just don't like it. It feels bad that I can't just nuke them. Nuke them from orbit. What am I wearing?
Long way down. There's no clear path in sight.
Fields of Morning is weird. It's huge. Every room is huge. And there will be multiple bonuses in each room, typically.
More shades.
A few of the enemies here are incapable of being frozen or grabbed by your cast. Anyway, there are small and big bonuses in each room. Well, most rooms. And if I can find the tree...
Petals from a golden bough.
No tree. There's the tree.
Flourish.
So this does require an incantation to unlock. But once you have unlocked it, you can just find everything relatively easy. Because like I said, the room is huge.
I'm not your prey.
Ooh, hi, how you doing? Lots of things like to vortex you towards them.
You'll burn.
Whew. Fun stuff. Psyche. Some coins. Don't touch the spikes.
Mourners.
Oh, come on, get me out of the spikes. No. Bad hits. I've seen some weird hitboxes on the spikes too. As a note, this game has more content than the original already. Come on. Cannot get the controller to go that way. Yeah. There we go. That's the wrong direction. Let's not touch the spikes. So there is golden petals on the ground to kind of help the path here. Let's see here. This is a boss battle. This is a hammer. Do I want the hammer is the question. I kind of want the boss battle. Oh, not this guy. I say I want the boss battle, but not this guy. This guy sucks. I can dodge him just fine. It's seeing him while it's trying to do everything else. So mostly I just try to stay in melee range of him. He typically just does a little jump at you. He will sometimes do like an attack and then turn around. He's relatively easy as long as you stay behind him. But I've lost a Death Defiance to him the first time I fought him. I do not like that guy. But he's not that hard once you learn him, like most things. Double reward chance, minor fine chance. Let's do the minor fines chance. I don't know if that'll actually be useful, but... So on this world, it is Echo, the character Echo, who will double up your last bounty kind of thing, or do some other stuff. I am really low health, though. Don't know if I can continue forward very well. I don't do amazing damage or anything either. I'll still go Echo. Let's see what Echo has.
Echo, is that you? Is that you? Is that you? It's me, all right, Echo. Outgoing father.
Get a random boon from the previous night. Gain... dodge chance, but every time you get a dodge, you lose 2%. I'm gonna go for the boon.
I'm grateful. 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 Grateful.
Your specials are 18% faster. Ooh. Don't care. Let's dance.
Rest easy now.
Health and magic. I don't need the magic. The hammer would be good, but I don't know what it's going to give me. Poseidon, I have to go for the boon. I want more boons. Boldy. Boldy, what'd they do to you? I keep forgetting I have a reroll. Oh gosh, I should not have picked that up. Nine, huh?
They know I'm here.
The Lamias are annoying. Oh. I had a little bit of armor there for a second.
Burn.
So sprinting is definitely a very valuable resource. Not in the original game.
I think not.
A lot of enemies can kind of sprint at you like the fist guys or whatnot here.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Slip.
Strength
Sure.
free.
Well, at least this weapon does damage. Not that I'd expect anything different, but...
Show me the way. Nami,
All these heart throwers, they can be really obnoxious.
that's better.
Oh, we get a minor one. Oh, we can just get one more. We get a double strike. That would be really nice. Let's go to the shop.
Myrtle.
A flower! Hooray! Let's see what we can get here. Let's do the slip bonus.
The underworld's power. In the name of Hades.
Attacks inflict scorch. Sure. Okay, big spoilers here. We're going to fight the third boss. And yes, it's a corrupted Cerberus.
Miasma, have you?
And I just took damage, which I shouldn't have. There we go. Come on. This is where running comes into play. Don't think that should have hit me there. Running, 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 running. Why did that explode right when it did there? Also running from this is good. Once you know when to sprint, I feel like a lot of the game just changes drastically. Or just using sprint in general is, And I lost a Death Defiance there. And I'm dead.
Return to Shadow now.
I'll be honest, that's kind of perfect. This is already a really long video.
I heed your call once more.
Oh, we triggered something here.
Intertwine. Why did you call upon?
Lord Moros, I did receive the fated list and summoned you once more as it ordained.
I don't know whether I can answer them, as my own search for truth has.
Then follow me.
I shall.
Let's see what we triggered here. I did an incantation to call him back a second time.
Where did he go?
So what's up?
A brief word, Princess. We've not met formally. I'm the official bearer of bad news. The Witch of the Crossroads,
You're welcome here and safe.
to vanquish the usurper of the.
It's all right. I was born for this.
See fulfilled. What did I do?
Lord Moros has arrived. Now what?
That's a good question. Now what? Let's give him a gift.
Lord Moros, as our honored guest.
The nectar of the god.
How thoughtful.
The engraved pin. Let's go see what that does.
Lord Charon?
Okay. So I couldn't show this at the beginning, but this is... Oh, here we go. Get some shadow extraction.
Essences of shadow to the surface rise. It'll be worth the wait. Yes, Lord Charon. You'll have what... A shipment's arrived.
We get a claim from Charon. Oh, moon dust.
Could use this.
So right now, Psyche probably is more important than moon dust for me, but Let's just see what we can do here.
Ready to
Flowers. I don't know. Random. 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 And we'll do poppy seeds.
You'll grow strong. My altar.
So we can upgrade our grasp once. And the next one's going to cost 240. So it's going up by 10 now. We do not, however, and we can do that. That's a good one. I would like to upgrade my Death Defiance, but I do not have enough. So let's upgrade the Centaur.
I see it now. Ready for more.
And let's see what this trinket is that we unlocked. Interesting. It doesn't say how many times that is affected, so I don't know how that works. But we will definitely have to try that out next run. I'll try this out, though. I'm still ranking it up. Anyway, that's it for this. I will not be doing probably a lot of Hades content here. I'll be continuing on with like the Grandia run, which, because it's edited, it takes me a little longer to actually piece the parts together and then re-record over top of it. But this was just a live run, and then the Diablo 2 stuff will continue being live runs. And I'm still updating the mod for Diablo 2 as well, so, you know, just keep checking out the patch notes as different runs happen. But thanks for watching. If you made it this far, this has been a fun little run. I'm actually surprised I died at the boss. That was very unfortunate. I got hit twice really hard there. But I was using a new weapon, so I'm not exactly used to aiming this spiral effect and stuff like that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I appreciate it when you do. And have a great day. Hope you enjoyed Hades 2.